Hello and welcome to a journey of clarity, a personal exploration of getting in tune with yourself and in tune with others with your host, Dr. Natanael Costea. This is a journey of emotional and spiritual awareness, of discovering what life truly means, and a clear shift from an ego-driven world to a meaning-driven world. I believe we can become more in tune with our thoughts, our emotions, and our spirituality. And as we do that, we will make better decisions, have deeper connections, more fulfillment, and even more joy. This is a bit of clarity. In our soccer competition, we have a referee who comes to referee the games. We're playing Masters, which is over 35. And we also have to provide with each game a linesman. So we pay for the referee, the competition, sort of the organizers pay for the referee, but they don't have a linesman. So for every game, we need to bring somebody to do the lines for us. And we are so fortunate and happy that one of the sons of the guys who plays with us, he comes, he's a young man, young adolescent, maybe about 12, 13, and he comes and he does the lines. And I spoke to his dad, my playing partner in the game, my teammate. I said, it's so good that you're bringing your son across to do the lines for us. I said, it also helps him, to be with men and just to be among, the social team environment. He said, oh, Natanael, that's why I'm bringing him. I'm bringing him because I want him to get used to being with people, with men, and to also learn from men. And he said, just the fact that he sees us, he said, I'm also very responsible because I know my son sees me, so I'm careful how I play my game and how I relate to other people. It also makes the others be very conscious that there are young people watching us as well. But he said it's more than that. It's just the fact that he is among men. And I said to him, look, this is fantastic because for his social well-being and social development, this is excellent. I said, the fact that he comes in and shakes everybody's hand at the beginning of the game and looks 11, 12, 13 guys in the eyes and says, hi, 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 and calls them by name because he already knows our names. I said, that social interaction is already powerful. And then he comes after the game and pats us on the back, well done, and again shakes the hand and looks us in the eyes. Now, for a boy at his age, 12, 13, 14, I mean, how many times will they shake somebody's hand, another man's hand, and look them in the eyes? I mean, this guy will do it over 20 times on a Saturday when he plays the game with us. Imagine how well the social aspect of his development is growing in him because he is given this opportunity by his dad and by our team to socially interact with us. He's providing a service to us, but at the same time, we are nurturing him into manhood. So this is how important social well-being is. Today, we are talking about social well-being. That's why I made this introduction with this example. So we're in episode 46. We are traveling very fast and we're coming towards the end of the year. It's November here already. Can't believe we are moving so fast. Soon Christmas is upon us and this COVID year 2021 will be behind us. Hopefully 2022 will be a lot better. So today we are developing an understanding of social well-being. Social well-being. What is social well-being? Well, social well-being can be defined as developing and maintaining positive interactions with other people and with local and global communities. We are social beings. We are in communities. We are in neighborhoods. First of all, we are in families. Then we are in friendship circles. Then we are in different gatherings. We are in neighborhoods. We are in a working community. We are in shopping centers. We are in suburbs. We are in churches. We are in sports clubs. So everywhere we go, we have social interactions. So it's very important for us to maintain and develop over and over again these positive interactions in the wider circles that we are part of. This is mainly assessed through subjective and individual measures where people assess the quality of those interactions according to their own perceptions. So the thing is, the way we interact with other people is quite subjective because we bring our own interpretation, our own way of seeing life, way of seeing things. We bring our own individual understanding of life into those circles. We are growing, we are developing, but we're also contributing the way we see things. Now, our perspective in these social circles can be healthy or it can be unhealthy. It can be work in progress or it can be inspirational for other people. So having this awareness, what do I bring to the table? How do I perceive this thing? So if I come, let's say we were talking about a football club, a soccer club. If I come in this soccer club, what perceptions do I bring in? What biases do I bring in this social circle? Are we too slow? Are we too, are we not playing good enough? Or are we playing too good and I don't deserve to be in this team? What is going on? How do we perceive these things? And how well do we know what we are bringing in, what our perception is of these things? There are 3 pathways to positive relationships. 3 pathways to positive relationships. Number 1, one pathway to positive relationship, the first one is behavioral. Social bonds, such as those with partners and friends, can influence our health habits and behaviors, which can influence our health and longevity. So it's how we behave in relationship, how well we behave in relationship, how well we work for the cohesion of that relationship, for the bond of that relationship, and how we manifest that in our behavior all the time. If we are part, if we don't resist it, if we are part of that social circle and we bring a healthy behavior, that will influence greatly our health and longevity. So the behavior of that group is also very important. So when you socially mingle with the people, think about the behavior of that circle. Think about your behavior in that circle. Think about the other people's behavior in that circle, and you will see how your behavior is influenced by the circle. So have that awareness, but also know that it will help you manage the relationships. Then we have the psychosocial aspect of the positive relationship as a pathway. Social support can reduce stress and enhance emotional and psychological well-being, positively influencing health behaviors and physical health. So we need these people around us to help us, support us. So you will live a life of far less stress when you can share life with other people in social circles, when you can just have a chat with somebody, when you can get some social support, when you can call a friend, when you can speak to somebody, when you can open up with somebody. In fact, it is said that those people who have somebody, a confidant in life, will live longer. It does you so much more when you have somebody in your life. So just make sure you have that openness and that social support around you, because that is very important. And also for you to provide that social support around you and sense the people. Where are they in their journey? What are they going through? Are they managing things well? You don't look so good. So when you meet up, let's say at soccer practice, when you have or on the game, you know what's going on. Talk to people. Hey, buddy, we're here for you. The whole team is here. On the social groups that you run, on WhatsApp groups, or whatever you are corresponding or keeping in touch with people, check in on one another and show them that there is social support around you. And let me tell you something. You're not alone in life. You are not alone. Maybe sometimes you feel that you're going through this life alone. Let me tell you something. You're not alone. People are there to support you. People are there to love you. People are there to care for you. Just call out for help. Just say, guys, I'm going through this. Can anyone help me? Guys, I don't know what to do here. Can somebody give me some advice? There is so much social support around you. And for your well-being, personal and social well-being, allow yourself to be cared by others. Allow the support to come to you, and you yourself be supportive of other people. Because for this social well-being, we all have a contribution and we all need each other. So make sure that you give and take in this circle as well. We also have the physiological pathway to positive relationships. Positive relationships can boost cardiovascular, immune, and endocrine responses, which can affect longevity and health in the long run. So when you have positive relationships, they don't just affect your behavior, they don't just affect you psychologically to reduce stress and emotional imbalance, but they also work physiologically in your body. You will become much stronger in your immune system. You will have a longer life, as I said before. If you have a confidant, somebody you can share anything with, you will know that that stress is released, that burden is gone, that guilt is gone, or that mountain you've crossed or that hurdle you overcome, because in the long run you have somebody to share life with. So make sure you have maybe a spiritual father. I've been very blessed to have a spiritual father always. I've had more than one spiritual fathers to whom I can go anytime with just about anything. I can be totally honest and say, look, this is what I'm going through. This is what I made the mistake, or this is what I need some advice. And these men, mighty men of God, they were just been wonderful, wonderful people who helped me out, who were there. They were committed to my journey with no hesitation, with no second agenda. They just wanted the very best in me. So then I myself became that to other people, younger people, sometimes older people. I've got spiritual sons and daughters who are older than me. It doesn't matter the age. It just matters how committed you are to their journey. So we need these three pathways to positive relationships. We need behavior, we need the psychosocial aspect, and the physiological, because all these three components work for our well-being, for our social well-being. Now, 5 indicators of social well-being. 5 indicators of social well-being I've listed here. Number 1, social integration is the sense of being part of a community based on the appraisal of the quality of that relationship. Everybody wants to belong to some place or some community, to some tribe. So social integration is very, very important. For your social well-being, you must be integrated in a community. Maybe in a sports club, a place where you can belong. Maybe a local church. Maybe an extended family. Obviously, family should be the first point. You should belong to a family. You should be part of the family. That social integration in the family is vital. But then part of a workplace team or whatever it is, for our social well-being is we need to have the social integration very well in our lives. We must be integrated. Otherwise, that need will be there. And if not satisfied, we will withdraw or we won't have a good social interaction life. Number 2, social acceptance is the acknowledgement of a social construct based on certain positive qualities of a given group. Is to be accepted where you want to be accepted in a group, and that you bring a positive contribution, and that group does something amazing, and they know that socially you are part of that group, and that you can contribute in your construction, and you building into that group, and you have a say into that group. So being accepted is very, very important, and you yourself accepting others, especially as new people come in, is very important for the social integration. And number 3, social contribution is the assessment of our personal value and contribution to society or a community. We all want to be valued, and we want to be feeling that we contribute, that we bring something to the table. And you do bring something to the table, to every table that you go to, sometimes just by listening, sometimes just by being present there, and sometimes by saying something which is important, sometimes by doing, sometimes by hugging, by encouragement, by patting somebody on the back. So make sure that you understand that you have an important contribution to that social circle that you're part of, to that community that you're part of, and do your part and contribute as much as you can. Number 4, social actualization refers to our evaluation of the potential and evolution of society. What can I do to make this place a better place? How can I make this world a better place? How can I make my workplace a better place? How can I make my family? How can I bring the very best of this circle, of this community, of this group? How can I contribute so they become the best version of themselves? How can I personally influence and contribute to this social group so the very best outcome is from this group, so this group lives to its maximum potential? And number 5, social coherence involves an interest about the world and an appraisal about the organization, operation, and quality society. This is where you step back and you think, okay, how can I go deeper into understanding what this world needs? How can I cooperate with what the world needs?
How can I bring quality to society? So it's not just on a micro level, but it's on a macro level, on a bigger level, on a bigger scale. My contribution, is it coherent to what is going on in society? Can I make myself part of this fabric of society as an important aspect and bring the very best, not on a personal level, not only on the social level, but in a worldwide perspective? I have a role to play in this world. If God has given me this life, this patch of life of 70, 80, 90 years, I have a contribution to make. I can bring socially something to the table. And because I am a social person, I'm a social being, I'm a human being, my relationships are important with other people. I can shift something in the social dimension of the world. In this domain of society, I can shift something. I have a role to say. And through this, I can bring social well-being, not just to myself, but also to the circles of influence that have been entrusted to me. So in application today, there's always an application with our notes here. And you will see these notes at eq.org.au if you haven't already journeyed with us before. There's always some notes there, and there's an application guide, which is important for you to do. So test yourself against the 5 indicators of social well-being and note specifically how you are addressing these. So think about social integration, social acceptance, social contribution, social actualization, and social coherence. How well in these 5 factors of well-being do you perform? And it's not just performance to get a nice score, but do you do your role? Are you responsible to contribute in one way or another to the social well-being of everybody around us? Because you are part of society, you own this responsibility. You have to play your part, and you have to play your part well and to the best of your ability. And if you're not doing that, what will you do to address these? Do take this, this exercise seriously and see which aspects of your social well-being are lacking, and change that so you can become a person who integrates well in society and works for the good of the social well-being of all around us. Well, thanks for tuning in today. I hope this really brings you joy and helps you shift forward in your social well-being. And if you love this content, always rate, subscribe, and share this content with other people, because they would love to see it. And remember, the more clarity you have in life here, add a bit of clarity, the more you get in tune with yourself, in tune with others, and the better life you will experience. More joy, more happiness, and this world, it does become a better place because of you and I.
I'm Dr. Natanael Costea, and I thank you so much for joining me on this journey of clarity through emotional and spiritual awareness. If you feel blessed by this presentation, please subscribe, rate, comment, and share it wherever you're enjoying it. And until next time, this was A Bit of Clarity.